Many of us know that stage is a terrible twos, but have you ever stopped to look at it and think of it as the terrific twos? Hey, Travis County, I'm Tamara Schubert, your family consumer science educator for NMSU and Travis County Cooperative Extension. And we're talking child development this month. And today we're looking and we're talking about those terrific twos and hopefully answering some questions. It's been said that a toddler can do more in one unsupervised minute than most of us do the entire day. If you have a little one at home, you may know this to be true. Most toddlers are constantly on the go, and they love for you to go with them, which means, guess what? You're on the go as well. And as a child develops, there's so many things going on. So remember, 90% of all brain development occurs by the time a child is 5 years old. So a lot to jam in these few years. Toddlers, our little ones between 2 and 3 years old, oftentimes get a pretty bad rap. And we've all heard it, the terrible twos. But I like to call this stage the terrific two. They learn so much during this age. Remember that 90% brain development thing? But there are some things that us as adults need to keep in mind during this time. A toddler is not built to stand still. As a general rule of thumb, a child can only sit still 4 minutes that equal their age. So if you have a child at home that's only 2 years old, guess what? You can only expect them to kind of be still, somewhat still, for about 2 minutes. So they're not built to sit still. They're not built to keep their hands to themselves, or to take turns, or to be patient, or to stand in line, or even to keep quiet. They just don't understand these concepts yet, and forcing them into this mold will not only frustrate them, but it will also frustrate us as adults. So please hear what I say. I'm not trying to say that they don't need boundaries. They definitely do. But they also need motion. They need adventure. They need to engage in the world around them with their whole being. From the time that they take their first steps, they enter this whole new phase. They are now free to roam their world. They are no longer an extension of us as parents or caregivers, but they are their own little independent person. And that means active exploration of the environment around them. So as they explore, tell them what they're seeing. Name the objects. Tell them the colors. Tell them what you're doing. This helps with language development, and it helps them discover and understand the world that's around them. During this toddler 2-year-old phase, not only are our children experiencing this rapid physical and intellectual development, remember 90% of the brain, but a major challenge forms during this stage as well. And it's this whole concept of emotional regulation. So some of us as adults may still be challenged with this as well. But imagine being a 2-year-old facing this for the very first time and learning how to cope with situations that we've never encountered. They may need some help identifying feelings and emotions that they have. And we as caregivers and parents can definitely help with that. It's simply, I see tears. I feel like maybe you're sad. Can you tell me what happened? Or look at that smile. You look so happy. What did you enjoy about your day today? Help label some of the emotions and why you see them as that emotion. This will help them in labeling their emotions and determining what they feel later on. But it also gives us an opportunity to communicate with our kids about what they may be experiencing with their emotions and open up that line of communication. With the amount of new things that our children are facing, they may need some extra time to think about their emotions as well and determine how to handle them. Encourage them to talk, but also give them the opportunity to calm down and take a deep breath and really figure out what that means and handle it in a way that's okay. So when I taught, I always had the kids blow on an imaginary dandelion. So they had to get a really big, deep breath and blow it all out. And they were to blow as hard as they could to get those little stems to float all over the place. It was imaginary, but it gave them the opportunity to stand still, take a deep breath, and pause for just a moment while they tried to understand what was going on in the world around them. So although our toddlers may be experts when it comes to saying the word no, they also need some help learning how to accept no from others. And I think we as adults can help in redirecting them or rephrasing them. So think about the number of times that we tell our children no on any given day. One of the best tips that I was ever given was that a child will remember the last word that you say, and that is what they will focus on. If our children is running through the house and we say stop running, all they hear are run, 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 run. Remember, they're busy, they have a lot going on, and they're exploring this world around them. So although we talk in sentences, our kids may not catch it all, and they're going to focus on that last word. So instead of saying don't run, try turning it around. We use slow feet or walk please. Now they hear feet, that light bulb goes off, and they go, oh yeah, my feet are made for walking in the house. I can slow down, and they'll slow themselves down. But remember that they focus on that last word that we say. And if all this stuff was not enough for our little 2-year-olds all at once, there's also this rapid physical growth concept that they're facing at this time as well. Their body is changing, and with that, they have to adapt to longer limbs and a different body. And y'all, sometimes that just plain hurts. They are learning new things at a rapid pace and trying to figure out where it all goes and how it relates. And for a lot of our little ones, maybe they're starting childcare at this time or an early learning option such as preschool. And that's even more as they try to now compete with other people. They're having to learn at a new and rapid pace. And a lot of kids just don't understand. They're being asked to interact cooperatively with people and peers. They have to compete physically and intellectually both at the same time. And you put that social emotional piece on it, and it is a brand new world and super challenging for our kiddos. So grace and mercy to everybody out there with little ones at those ages. And remember, patience is key. It's up to us as parents and caregivers and grandparents, that includes you too, to provide the right combination of encouragement, support, and guidance at this stage. So enjoy your terrific twos with your kids and your grandkids. And remember, don't forget to take a break yourself or put yourself in timeout. For more on child development, you can join us next week.